And just to repeat this theme, yeah, constant theme of relaxing but letting go, and really studying your breath, right? Breathing. When you say the lower abdominal, it's using that ha sound. So the yawn, right? I like to call it the yawn, but the breathing in that was almost like gasping, and the throat opens. You want the throat to open, you want the shoulders relaxed, and you want to feel the lower abdominals, the diaphragm, right, expand. And when you exhale, just the ha sound from there. And those sounds will keep your throat open. Okay? And as long as you don't physically, consciously pull or unconsciously pull your shoulders up, you'll be okay. But you really have to consciously relax your shoulders, and you can even look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, or look at your phone, right? You can put the phone on the selfie function so you can see yourself, and watch yourself when you breathe and see if your shoulders are lifting or they're relaxed. So a lot of people will put the hands over the belly button, the energy center, right? Center of the palm, but energy center is about 3 fingers below the belly button, right in the center, right in the center. Always keep your mind there. Imagine the breath sinking down, and consciously be aware, are your shoulders lifting or are they relaxed? Is your throat open? So you have to take time for that. Okay? And let's see. And then physically, right, emphasizing the hip joint, the pelvic joint. So when you start putting part of your mind in your pelvic joint, anytime we have to lift the foot, walking and shifting, and put part of your mind inside your tantin, right? Those 2 areas, they're physically neutral areas, in that they're thinking of those 2 points, right? You're not tightening muscles, you're not tensing muscles, ligaments, and tendons, and they help to center you. So especially for standing, you'll feel it. If you think of deep inside the joint and you think of your lower tantin, right, it'll help you to really center while you're walking upstairs, walking down, just doing your forms, whatever it is, dance, the Taichi, anything else. So really listen to yourself. Okay, so with that, let's start. Okay, so that first lesson, breath and letting go using the yawn. Okay, so nice, easy breath in and ha. Okay, and then we begin. The legs extended. Okay, just let the legs fall and extend out. And use the palm, use the mind. Right, think about what you want to do. Think about the hands lifting, rising, the fingertips reaching way up into the sky, gathering that energy, that chi, the fingertips pointing it down to the top of your head, and the palms helping to guide the chi down through the earth, through the legs, into the earth. Breathing in, you can imagine that beautiful sunlight, you're gathering that energy and directing it down through the top of your head, feeding that little sun in your chest. Just consciously relaxing the top of the shoulders, expanding the lower abdominals. Breathe in from the earth, pull the chi up, feel your legs sinking, and flow through the bones, the spine, the neck, over the top of the head, pressing a little and then coming down, letting everything go. Finish the breath. Feel how you have to let all the joints, all the muscles go in between the transitions of inhaling and exhaling. Right here, everything has to let go. And before you start breathing in, everything has to let go. Imagine flowing all that blood through every bone of your body. And just stimulate the bone marrow, every bone of your body. Keep every bone of your body alive. Let it get thicker, stronger, denser. Come up from the side. Drop your shoulders. Extend the fingertips. Eyes extending while you breathe in and out. Looking far out at the mountaintop or the horizon. Same thing. You have to let go right here before you breathe in. Let go. And before you exhale, let go. Scooping down. Fill up the whole body. Saturate the whole body. And then squeeze, wring it out. Imagine you're wringing out the whole body. And then saturate all the bones. Just flood the bones with energy or blood. And then squeeze and wring out every bone of your body. Just using your intent. And ligaments and tendons. And slowly letting go. And bring your hands up. Extend, stretch. Slowly stretching. Dropping your shoulders. Extending the palms. And then relaxing. And then again, one more time. Extending, breathing in. Just feel everything stretching, reaching, all the joints opening, and extend that down from your hips through the legs, through the toes. Okay, just open and close the hands while you walk the feet back. Take a nice breath in. Let everything go while you exhale. Just for a few breaths, practice that fast letting go, that thud, even in the chair. Right? So when you breathe in, we don't want to lift like this. Just expand. Just use the ha. And let your shoulders drop. And feel your body thud into the chair. And every time, just let everything go, right? Let all the tension go. So imagine that scenario where, right, you realize you're in a lot of tension, you're unbalanced, right? You're about to fall, you can feel that you're going to fall, and you just let everything sink and relax, right? And allow the body to center. Right? So you breathe in, you're in that situation where you're unstable, and then just let it go. Right? So practice that in your mind, in that anxiety, that tension, everything's building up, right? Boiling, and then just let it go, reset yourself. Okay. So legs in the front, right? Gently pressing, so the toes have to reach down. Try to keep your legs straight. When you keep your legs aligned, when you relax, be aware, like, are your legs pulling to the outside or your legs pulling to the inside? So this is a time to practice holding the legs straight, expanding the muscles, activating, allowing certain muscles to relax and stretch, allowing certain muscles to strengthen a little bit through the stretching. One more breath, breathing in, right? Connecting way up in the universe. Relax, slowly letting go through the center of the body. Top of the head suspended, legs sinking into the earth. Breath relax. Turn the palms. Open and expand the fingers. And begin the warm up when you're ready. Breathing in, extending. Feeling the fingers being stretched and pulled outward as you breathe in. And then sink back to center. And exhale. Tilt the sternum up. Feel the body get full and then down. Dropping the head, opening the neck. Let everything go and feel the fingers stretching, and then begin again. Ah. Let everything go, then begin. Expand the lower belly, relax, and then start exhaling. Feel everything get full, feel the body get full, and then down. Let the head fall so the neck opens and stretches, and gently stretches and pulls on the spine as you drop the head, and imagine pulling all the way down to the tailbones. One last time. Extend and stretch the fingertips, washing the face. There's that light feeling, and then the whole body gets full, and then down. One hand up, one hand down, extending. Exhale. Look at the fingertips. Breathe in. Relax the lower hands. It's right on the side of the body. And exhale. Stretch the fingers. Wash the forearm. Breathe in. And out. Look at the index finger. Second line, second finger. Breathe in. And out. And still looking at the index finger. Breathe in. Turn the head as much as you comfortably can. And now look beyond the fingers at the horizon. Right. Remember to relax in between the breathing in and breathing out. And let the joints and the muscles go. Come back to the throat. One open and close. Palms out. Lift the sternum. And down. Let the shoulders go. Elbows, forearm, wrist, palm, fingers. Let the arms hang right at the side of the body. Spine is still straight. Turn the palms. Fold the elbows and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Okay, warming up the shoulders. Let the arms hang straight down, extending the fingertips. And just breathe naturally. Stretch those muscles under the scapula. Squeeze them, try to make them touch. Focusing the lower inside corner of each shoulder blade. Pull the shoulder blades forward, turn the palms out. Lift, squeeze, and down. Nice deep breaths of air, just naturally breathing. And all the way down, relax a little bit and do one side. And let the body turn, let the head turn. Just focusing the inside lower corner of the shoulder blade. Other arm is relaxed, but the fingers are stretched. Yeah, make sure you're letting the body turn. Pull the shoulder blade open. Squeeze the shoulder blade. And then come forward. Same thing, make sure that you're letting the head turn. And check that your feet are sinking into the earth. Whole bottom of your feet. The legs are extended. And the feet are sinking, reaching into the earth. You finish this one, and then relax, and then do the other arm, the other shoulder. You can practice imagining pulling the spine, right here. Pull the spine and let go. And then pull the spine and let go. And then pull the spine and let go. And then come forward. Pull the spine and release. And pull the spine. Keep the fingers and palms open. The feet sinking into the earth. One more time. All the way down. Relax. And then two sides. And front to back. Squeeze. All the way down. And release. Take your time, let everything go. Okay, and then loose circles, just shake out those muscles. Yeah, loose, loose, loose. Just shaking them out. Okay, and then slow it down. Okay, and then put the Qigong back together. Thinking of the move, breathing in. Just think of your hands coming up and feel them respond. Make sure you're rotating the palms the whole time, fingers extended, feet still reaching down, head suspended from above, tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Let go. Use the yawn. Feel the lower belly expand and relax. And then pull the spine. Pull the spine while looking straight ahead and let go. And then pull the spine and let go. And then pull the spine and let go. So when you let go, the body will jerk a little. You just, because you're coiling up the spine, and just go. Ha. Coiling up, pulling the spine, and ha. And let everything go. Yeah. So if you pull and coil the spine, right, when you let go, it'll spring back. So if you can do it smoothly, right, where we're turning and then you gently let go, it's still speeding up a little bit when you let go, and it slows down, and then you pull the spine, right? Or you can really coil, just really wind up that spring, that spine, so that when you let go, when you release, right, it'll just spring back into place. Okay? And that's practicing that let go, that and let everything drop and let the momentum carry itself through the movement and then grab it again. From there. Alright. Hold the ball. One hand up, one hand down, moving to the spine. Oh, sounds like we're already warming up the spine, right? But we'll do this one anyway, because this one will stretch the spine up and down. Drop your shoulders, both arms. Drop your shoulders while you're expanding. Feel the fingertips pulling, extending. Relax the wrist. Relax the shoulders, the neck, the spine, the rib cage, the hips, so everything can open and expand. Then take a deep breath and expand some more. And relax. And do the other side. Slowly feel the shoulder blades connect. Slowly expand. Shoulders relaxed. All the joints relaxed. Fingers straight up and straight down. Feel everything aligning in place. Take a deep breath. Expand and try to pass right in front of the heart, polishing the heart. Breathing in as you come up and exhaling as you come down. Continuous now. Feel the warmth of the palm washing through the forearm. Just feel and imagine every vertebrae expanding, the rib cage expanding, the hips opening up. See if you can feel it stretching all the way through the hips, through the legs, through the feet, through the toes. All the way through the spine, through the shoulders, through the fingertips. Okay, do your spirals. So turn the upper palm back and drop the elbow and pull the spine. And the bottom hand washes the outside and release. And then pull the spine, lift and fall. Okay, the palms lined up with each other. And then breathe in and look over the elbow. And ha. And pull the spine, breathe in. Ha. Pull the spine, breathe in, coil. Ha. Pull the spine and coil. Ha. Let the palms spin. Ha. One more time. Ha. Come back to center. Right in front of the heart. Lift the sternum. Turn the palms up and down, cradle the ball. Keep on turning, let the palms spin against each other. Pull the spine. Keep the palms right in the center, polishing the heart. Polishing that little sun, rotating, that little sun in your chest. Last one. Drop your shoulders. Solar plex. Lift the sternum. Gently pressing. Feel everything get full. And then down. Slowly releasing. Press both feet into the earth while you let the shoulders go. Sink into one hip joint so the other leg releases and you can bring it back. Relaxing the shoulders and letting all the tension in the shoulders go as you bring the legs back. Press both feet heavy into the earth and then let go. Take a nice deep breath and exhale. Pull the chi up. Draw the chi up from the earth straight up and then press straight down. Pressing it down and let it go. Back of the hands being pulled and then back of the hands being pressed down. And then bottom of the hands, let go first. Bottom of the hands being pushed up and then bottom of the hands being pulled down. Just remember to practice those things. Each one feels a little different, right? From pulling and drawing to being pushed to being pulled from the bottom or the top, right? Or you're doing the action, you're pressing, or something else is controlling your palms for you. Okay? Press both feet equally down. Okay? Press, press, press. Relax the bottom of the feet, so the toes, the heels, and then switch to one leg. So the other leg releases and switch into the hip joint. And as you sink into the hip joint, the other heel will start to release. And as the heel releases, nice and straight, and then we begin. Right? Breathing in, straight up, and use your palms to guide that leg out. Pressing that leg down, sinking into the hip joint, releasing the back leg, straight up, and then down. Let everything go, feel everything release, and then you can begin again. Pick up the knees as high as you comfortably can. Keep your mind inside of the hip joint, the pelvic joint, and also think of the lower dantian, the center. And think of those two places as you pick up the leg and walk in place. And use your palms, connect the palms to the legs. Let everything go and then begin again. Bring it in. Use your hands to help bring the leg in. Sink while releasing the other leg as high as you can. Press, press, let go, and then. So as you let go, you're sinking into the pelvic joint. Right here, sink into the pelvic joint. You have to let go. Press, sink into the pelvic joint and let go a little bit. And then the big transition. Sink into the pelvic joint, let go, and then start that big movement again. You might want to keep a little notebook. So if you have questions, you can just stop and write the questions down. And then you can send it to me or ask me later. That's a good way to collect your notes. Come back to center when you're done. Okay? Just take your time finishing whatever repetition you're on. And drop one knee, turn the waist, pull the spine and pull the fingertips out. Lift the sternum, breathing in and out. Other side, pull the spine, drop the knee, turn the palms, pull the fingertips out. Yeah. Take a small step. Breathing in, pulling the spine, turning, opening up the hip. Small step. Little bigger step, whatever's comfortable. Only go what's comfortable. Each one will help to open up the pelvic joint a little bit more. Remember to turn the waist. Slide your leg back if you can, just a little bit. Pull the spine. And if you can slide all the way back. Really open up the hip joint. But only what's comfortable, what's safe. You just take a step, starting to make it smaller, but turn the waist, pull the spine. And small. Come back to center. Right? Center your mind. Think in the hip joints. Think in the lower dantian. One, open and close. Palms up. Right? Loose fist first. Opposite leg, opposite hand. Right? Press one leg into the earth. Press. And then feel how, from pressing down, then think of the thigh muscle, and then think of the hip joint, and think of the lower dantian. And as the heel releases, then you can begin. Heel first. Press the knee down, and then lift. Use the arm to lift. Keep your mind in the hip joint. Guide it down. Switch. Press the other leg. Breathing in and out. Heel, then press the knee down gently. Then wind that leg up. Rub against the rib cage. Open the palms. Rub against the rib cage. Heel, knee, pump the foot, extend. Pick up the leg. and down. Switch. Let everything go as you switch. Exhale. Wind the leg up, wind the knee up. And add the turn of the waist. Pump, pull the spine. Lift. Tuck the elbow, rub against the rib cage. And rub, stimulate the kidney and the liver. I'm sorry, the stomach and liver. Pull the spine. Lift. And down. Relax. And then press one leg. Pick up the other one. Just gently holding heel and toe. So keep your mind in the hip joint and part of your mind in the lower dantian, right? Drop the shoulders, relax, and just stretching the palm, holding that soap bubble. Switch when you're ready. Press, sink into the hip joint. Release the upper body, just the palms. Release the neck, the top of the shoulders, the spine. Just sinking into that hip joint. Switch when you're ready. Small toe, big toe. Okay, notice I come out at 45 degrees. That's yours. Yeah. Switch when you're ready. And remember, always go at your own pace. You want to do an extra repetition, or you just enjoy that movement, go ahead and just live in that movement. Yeah. Yeah. Let everything go. Shake the hands out, open and close, and then pull the heels up. Draw the heels up, stretch the toes, just on the big toe. See, who needs a robotic Roomba, right? I have her. Don't need those little robotic vacuums to go around, right? I got her picking up stuff all day long. Doesn't matter, we're having class now. Yeah, stretch. Yeah. Okay, shake it out. Gently pounding, gentle compression. Yeah, put one leg over. Let's stretch the piriformis. Right hand on the side. Gently reaching over and gently pulling the leg straight across. Just to open up. Just open up this hip joint. Yeah, loosen it up a little. Yeah, shoulders down. You only use one hand, it's a lot of muscle. Right? You only use that hand, or you really have to push. Only use this hand, you really have to pull. But use both hands. It's just a relaxed stretch. When you have time, you can hold this as long as it's comfortable for you, or you do multiple. But do sides. Just gently pulling it across. You should feel it all inside of here starting to stretch and open up. Okay. And anytime you need to stand up, just stand up and walk around and lift your legs or take a break. Don't worry about it. Let's see, I wanted to okay. So in the warm-up when they're doing the shoulders and the spine, this winding movement, and get a little closer so you can see the movement better. Right, as when I'm doing these movements and when I'm doing these movements, my palm is spinning. Yeah, so during the movement, my palm is spinning right around the center. The shoulder is relaxed. Right, so if it's up and down, it's still spinning like this, and I want it to stay right in the center. If I'm lifting up here, it stays right here, right? So if this is that point, it's just spinning right around that point. And even though the elbow is lifting, it's relaxed. It's just lifting because it's spinning, right? But it stays right here. So it lines up right about the center of the forehead, a little bit up. We used to, the lineup my teacher taught me was one hand span right in the center, and it goes up about 45 degrees. Okay, that's about as high as you want, and it would go right in the center. For what we're doing, I want it right in the center of the palm from here. And as you stretch the finger, especially the ring finger, when you stretch the ring finger and a little bit of the middle finger, when you expand, you can feel that line, that stretch go through your palm. You can really feel right in the center. Yeah, so when you spin, you can feel like, oh, I'm going to spin right around where I can feel it, right? Both hands. If you relax, as you learn where it is, right? You can relax, and you can still, your mind will say, think of the center, and you'll feel the center. When you stretch that finger, you can really physically feel it. So if the hand comes up from here, right, it's just spinning here, right? This doesn't turn, but as my body turns, like if I were a unicorn, my body turns, right? That's going to come with me, right? So if the back of my hand was stuck to the point of the horn, it would just be spinning. No matter where I'm turning, it's still lined up here. Okay? And then the bottom hand is lined up just with the lower dantian. So same thing stays in the center, and the bottom hand is spinning right around the center too, right here. Right. So no matter which way I'm turning, it stays here. And sometimes I just let the tip of the thumb or right here just brush against my body, so I can just physically I can feel it. It's that close, right? Instead of floating around. So if it's brushing, that also helps to anchor you, right? Instead of having the hand float and you're not quite sure where it is. Technically, you're trying to keep them on the same axis. So just like they're both stuck on a stick, one at the top, one at the bottom, and they're both spinning like this. Okay? So as it spins, right? If I spin this way, it's going to pull my shoulder, right? It's pulling my shoulder, and it's expanding your shoulder blades from the back, from here. Right? It's like if I do it this way or something. So you want to feel your shoulder blades opening and stretching. Shoulders still have to be down, and it's just spinning and winding right around there. Right? So if I do this, it's lifting and press like it's lifting, and then it's going to spin while I'm turning, and it's rotating the shoulder blades, and then it's coming down, right? And then on the bottom, it's going to spin. So a lot of times in Tai Chi, we talk about holding a ball, like all the exercises, all the forms, you're holding a ball, you're expanding it, you're smashing it, you're stretching it out. But you can all see you're holding the ball. Sometimes the back of the hand holds the ball. Sometimes both back of the hands hold the ball. Right? But it's constantly rolling and holding the ball. So same thing with this. In a way, they're inside here. You can feel inside here it's rounded, holding the ball. Right? So if it was you finish, right? When I finish the movement, right? I'm holding the ball, even though it looks like here, but it's top and bottom, and then it can rotate from here, right? And turn. So the inside might be cradling the ball, right? Or it might be cradling the ball here, right? Or up here might be supporting the ball, but even inside here, always inside is supporting the ball from there. Okay? So try to be aware of that. The center, just let the center spin. Okay? Now, when I'm turning, it's a little bit simpler. So actually, it starts off with, I guess, a more complicated movement, and then we warm down. Right? And that's my addition to it. But if you do just the regular Taichi for Health warm-up, right, it just stays here. So if I don't spin the hands, right, as I'm turning, it just stays right here, right, just cradling the ball right in the center, no matter which way I turn. But as I'm turning, I'm rotating, right? So as I'm turning, the palm is spinning. So, trying to see if I can. Here, let me borrow. Oops. I'll borrow my Buddha, right? So he's right in the center, the lower dantian. As I'm turning, right, you can see the rotation, right? So as I'm turning, it's rotating, it's pulling my shoulder blades. So I'm opening up my shoulder blades, and when I come back, I just let it rotate, right? So when I go the other way, same thing. I'm just going to right on that axis, right? It stays right there. I pull my spine, and it rotates, and then it releases back. Okay? And then in the sit, right? So it's rotating, and then it turns and it rotates, and turns and it rotates. So if you hold your hand like this, right? You put your hand together, just gently put it together, so just touching, right? And then you just first you just rotate. Yes, the hands remain in the center of the body. So the hands, while the hands don't move, left or right, they might move a little bit up and down because if you're turning, but the main thing, they stay right in that center. So that's why sometimes I just show you, if you put your finger right on the center, right, and you turn, right, that's that feeling, right? You don't move this, and you just let this turn, right, wherever it is from here. Yeah. So with both hands turning, right, imagine just touching your palms, you just rotate both hands, right? So you imagine they're connected in the center, right, with a little stick or something, right? But you can spin both palms, but they're connected in the center, right? You can spin this way, and you can spin this way, right? And then you flip it over and you spin, right? And then from there you just separate out a little bit so the palm isn't touching each other. The fingertips might be brushing, and then you spin. It relax the shoulder. So you're holding the ball without physically touching your hands, and they still spin. And you can still start to see that twisting coming out. And it still feel with the E, with the intent, the center is connected to the center. Right? And then you can make it larger and larger ball. Right? But no matter where it turns, right, it's still connected. So if I had like a unsharpened pencil, right, or a little chopstick or something, right, trying to hold and spin, a little stick here, perfect, right? My little mallet, right? If I'm get a little bit closer, make sure I don't fall off, right? Right? So it's still connected, but right, it rotates, but it's still connected in the center. So as I turn and release, right? Turn and release, yeah. Yeah, so if you have like a little mallet or something, if you have grandkids and you buy them toys, especially construction toys, you might have like little Lego pieces or something, right? I can use that, little dowels or something. This is kind of perfect. It kind of connects piece because it's rounded. Yeah. But that idea, if you find a tool like this, right, it helps you to feel. It helps you to feel that. So even if when you don't have it, I can still feel that, right? That's what I'm playing with. That stick is so turn. I want to keep that in the center. Right? So if I had my camera facing me this way as I turn, right, the picture would just look like this, even though my spine is twisting from there. Okay? But yeah, feel the, right, you can feel the shoulder blades stretching and pulling and then releasing. And stretching and pulling and releasing. So I just wanted to talk about that just a little bit. Okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to be playing with Buddha like that, but he's a good helper. Buddha floats in space, right? No up and down in space. Okay. All right, let's reset. Come up, breathe in. Yeah, relax the spine, stretch the spine, stretch the rib cage gently, and then bring everything back down to the center. Adjust the feet so they're just touching, you're just pressing. During the whole set, we want to open and loosen the joints. Right? Sung. We want to relax. We want to expand the fascia. So during the whole time we're exercising during the set, we want to have that light expansion. You determine how much expansion you need and you're comfortable with. And hopefully by the end, right, all that tension in the fascia will have let go. Right, all that stickiness, all that tension, just from that constant pulling, it'll release. Right, so we're looking for that. So extending, and then relaxing the joints while you're extending, and then finally imagine something pulling externally so that your whole body can let go and something else is pulling you, something else is pulling you, something else is pulling the feet down, and you just have to relax and allow the body to expand as much as it can until everything lets go. Remember to tilt the sternum up, right? The chin is down, head is pulled back. We want to get the spine aligned with our central channel, right? Top of the head, the crown, the giddy area, we want that aligned with our spine. And we want to use the ha. Think of the sun in the sky, just gently sending its ray of energy down through the top of your head, feeding the sun in your chest. We want the breath sinking down to the lower dantian. Just gently close your eyes for a few breaths when you relax and work on that alignment, letting everything go. Slowly looking straight forward. Right? Imagine scanning the horizon, looking at the mountaintop. Take a deep breath. Let it all out. Breathe normally. And slowly start turning your palms so they're holding the ball. Relax all the joints. Slowly expanding. And when you're ready, commencement, breathing in, picking up that ball of energy, waking up the chi, drawing it up from the earth, bringing it to your heart. Sink. Relax. Number 2, rolling it out. Sinking it down and bringing it inside of your body. Rub against the rib cage. Bring it up and out. Expand and relax. Bring it back to the heart. Number 4, single whip. Pull the spine to the right and pull the palm out. Starting to rise. And then release. Let the palms swipe. Look at the left hand. Single whip. Pull the spine. Drop the right hand to one side. Pull the spine 45. And you can suddenly release or slowly release. Even if you slowly release, if you really wind up, right, there's a small little quick jolt as you release. Pull. Pull the spine. Last time. Stretch the fingers. Come back to center. Pull the spine. Move right into an open and close. Let the spine and the waist turn. Left side. Pull the spine and pull the palms out. Rising. And release. Look at the right hand. Single whip. Keep on turning to one side. Cloud hands. Pull the spine. Stretch the palm. Open the palm. Sink the shoulders. Keep the wrist bent. Seated wrist. Keep your eyes on the hands. Last one, and we're going to come back to center. And just let the spine and the waist oscillate back and forth. Brushing the knee, right side. Remember to pull the spine and pull the palm up. And then start pulling the fingers forward. Breathe in. Fingertips, then the heel of the palm. Lift. Roll the palms down. Keep pulling the spine left. And then release. And pull the spine, pull the left fingertips up. Right here, Hu Pipa. Playing the Pipa. Right hand shoots under the elbow. Pull and release. Parry or shooting palms. Or shooting palm. Try to keep the knees straight forward. Cover. Left under right wrist. Pull the spine so it's outside of the knee. Breathe in and start to grab. Squeeze the fist. Pull the spine some more. Body goes 45. Left hand tucks to the rib cage. And release. Now center. Rolling back. Right? The spine, the waist oscillate back and forth. Relax and lift the sternum. Double hands pushing the mountain. Release. Draw the chi back to the heart and reset. Then brush the knee on the left side. Pull the spine, pull the fingertips straight up. Pull the fingertips forward. Heel of the palm. Lift the sternum. Drop the right hand to the side. Pull the spine and roll the hands center like holding a staff, a stick. Pull the spine. Pull the right fingertip forward. Hu Pipa. Shoot the left hand under. Pull the spine. And parry left and parry right using the shooting palms. Cover. Pull the spine so it's outside of the knee. And breathe in and start to grab. And as you exhale, squeeze the fist and pull the spine to the right until you feel the right fist touch the rib cage. And then release back to center. Rolling back. Let the body oscillate back and forth. Relax and exhale, lift. And relax and bring the palm back to the heart and reset with the open and close Qigong. Brush knee on the left side, followed by leisurely tying the coat. Breathe in. Lift the sternum. Pull the spine to the right. And as you release, let the right hand circle up. Pull the spine and release. Pull the spine to the left and release. Pull the spine and release. And then pull the spine, pull the fingertip out and release. Big wind up. Swivel both palms forward, still connecting to the wrist, and then release. Feel the body, let the body oscillate back and forth. Okay, we're going to move to fist under elbow. So pull the spine to your right, pull the hands out, and then open and drop the right hand so it falls and it ends up in the center. Then spin and release. The bottom hand grabs the fist as you release, drop the elbow. Okay. If you stop, you're going to be right here. So you have to pull the spine so the elbow goes over the fist. Breathe in. And as you release and exhale, squeeze the right fist. Pull the spine, squeeze, and then release. And then as you release the spine, lift, and then pull the spine right. Repulse monkey, and brush the knee. Brush the left knee. Lift the sternum. Keep on turning. Drop the elbows. Left hand comes up. Right hand washes down. Breathing in and flush. Keep on turning. Wash down. Breathing in. Let go. Lift the sternum. Leisurely tying the coat. Let go. Pull the spine. Release. Pull the spine. Release. And then pull the spine and release. Big wind up. Loosen up the hip. Breathe in and out. Okay. And then brushing the knee on the right side. Breathe in and out. Leisurely tying the coat. Release. Left hand comes up. Release. Pull the spine right. Wiping down and release. Rotate. And then pull the spine right as you lift. Release. And then pull the spine again. And release. Big wind up. Fist under elbow. Turn to your left. Fist under elbow. Turn and pull. And then open, raising the palms while you drop the left hand. Spin the spine. Spin the palm. Release. The bottom hand grabs a fist and turns up. And then pull the spine to the left until they line up right in the center. Breathing in. Squeeze the fist. And release. Release the spine and pull the spine left. Repulse monkey. Brushing the right knee. Lift. Keep on turning. Let it go. Repulse monkey, washing down the arm, flushing. Exhale. Leisurely tying the coat. Lift. Double palms pushing the mountain. Lift the sternum while you breathe in. Drop the shoulders. Feel that compression. And then slowly let it fall like it's wiping the wall. Releasing the shoulders, the hips, down through the palms, through the ankles, the palms, the fingers, the feet, the toes. Just lightly holding with the surface of the palms. Press both feet in. Okay, press your right foot into the earth. Sink into the right hip so the left foot can release Drop your shoulders. Just feel how the palms might help. And then switch. Press and release. Hands up, breathing in and out. So let everything come back to center. Okay, you can do that closing, that gathering as many times as you need to. Okay. Shake the hands out, stretch, release, stretch, release, stretch, release, and then fast, shake it out. Okay, so even that stretch, release as many times as you need to. And before we finish the first part, just wanted to talk about that in the leisurely tying the coat, that part, right, or the hand circles, and I'm talking about pulling the spine and releasing. It's not an exact science when to pull the spine, when to turn. So if I stand up, well, let's see, right? So from the brush knee, right? I'm going to pull the spine, right? I'm going to pull the spine. If I do it slowly and controlled, and the hand comes in, and when I release, they'll spring forward, right? And then they'll start to fall. It starts to fall. I pull the spine, and the hand gets pulled down. And then as I release the spine, the bottom hand rotates up and starts to lift. The fingertip is here, right? So I'm pulling the spine. As I release, that releases and it starts to rise, right? So something's pulling the palm up. So then I can pull the spine, and as I release the spine, I tuck my elbows, and as I tuck my elbows, they'll shoot the palm forward, right? And they'll start to come forward, and then I'll pull the spine while I pull the fingertips out, right? I'm pulling the spine and pulling the fingertips straight out. Right? So because I'm pulling the spine, when I release, I'm going to spring back, and that's going to initiate that big turn. Now, when they first teach this, I don't present it that way now because of the way I'm pulling the spine and which is leading, but they actually present it where the backhand, so the tip of my middle finger, that's what's sending this hand out. But really it's cooperation. So the first level, they'll teach that the backhand is pushing the front hand. Okay? But that's part of what we call nasao, sticky hand, right? They cooperate. So if you're pushing and if there's no resistance, that means this hand will just start moving, right? But eventually this hand, the transfer of energy from the backhand will go into the front hand, so the front hand will start taking over, and then the backhand has to follow. So it's not an exact, it's a stage of learning. Okay? Now this pulling and when to turn, right? When to turn, when to release, and how it coordinates with the hands, all of this is same thing. It's not an exact. It's an exact science, but it's not an exact. You have to do it this time, this way, and this number, because as you start relaxing, you start having a lot of turns. So as the hand is rising, the spine can be going back and forth, like it's just helping to drill that hand up, right? And then you have that big wind up and that big release, but then you might have that wiggling as the hand comes out, right? And then you have that big release coming out here. Right? That's such a big release, you can't really have all that shaking going on. There might be a little bit, but then from here, as you're coming out, right, you might have that shaking as the palm comes out. Right? So when you study it, it'll show up in obvious places, but as you release, you'll find like, oh, I put in an extra one. And that's just the way it is. As you start to relax, you'll have extra turns and you just let it go. In the beginning, if you're trying to study and say, it has to be here, it has to be here, it has to be here, it'll confuse you. But letting go, right? As you let go and seeing what your body wants to do, it'll just make sense. So the prescribed, right? Pull the spine and you're doing this. Pull the spine, you're doing this. Release the spine, this happens. That's the teaching phase of your body. Learning how to pull and react. And then once you get used to pulling and releasing and letting the body move, you start to watch what comes out and you realize, oh, it's natural. Okay? So you can go all the way from really structured to really controlled to just let it go and almost free form comes out. Okay? So right, if I'm from here, I'm going to pull the spine, right, and then pull the spine, that's expansion, and then and then pull the spine, pull the spine, pull the spine, pull the spine, So the body can be wiggling and shaking the whole time. And if that happens, let it go. Enjoy it like, wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. Right? So yeah, if I did it standing in my right. You're brushing the knee. Ha. 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 Right? So the body can really be shaking and wiggling. Right? But it starts with that structured, right? Pull the spine here, just learning how that works and feeling like, oh yeah, if I do it, it accentuates, right? And then just letting it go. All right, shake everything out. And then we'll close up the first half. What time is it now? So as we do the closing meditation, just a reminder, we meditate to relax. We meditate to allow ourselves to let go, right? So allow ourselves to clear our mind. So we don't clear our mind to meditate. We meditate to help to clear our mind, and then we can focus on one thing. Remember, only dead man can think of nothing. The best we can do is think of one thing. Yeah. And relax all the facial muscles. Just let everything go, but smile from the chest, smile from the heart. And learn which one is comfortable for you at any one time. And what I'm talking about is your palms, right? So palms down is a certain feeling. Really releasing palms up is a certain feeling. Just holding on to that soap bubble or that paper ball. But you can feel the difference from palms up and palms down. And you decide which one appeals to you at any one time. Tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, relax the face, relax the jaw, relax the shoulder. Head is still lightly suspended, but letting all the joints fall and sink. Open the throat, use the use the yawn to breathe. Any distractions, acknowledge it, and then bring yourself back to your meditation. And slowly open your eyes, rub your hands together, move your feet around. Yeah. And I don't have the equipment to really play the sound nicely. I realize for it. Maybe later on I'll invest in something a little better. But if you look at the descriptions when I post to YouTube, I post the links to the different ones I use. So you might just want to play it on your own in your own background. And this one I'm playing now, this is from Music for Body and Spirit. Is that from? Yeah, Music for Body and Spirit. It's yeah, that's the name of the channel. There's about 3 different channels I tend to go in and out of. The first one I used to use was Meditative Mind, and most of them have the singing bowls, and they play frequencies, so you can find the frequency that will address different issues. Sometimes mental, emotional, sometimes to collect good things to you. And good things can just be good things, right? It can be physical good, it can be money. If you business, there's certain frequencies. You could play it subliminally in your shop or someplace. But it's interesting because you find these and you can say, oh, that's what that frequency is for. And different people will label it a little differently, even though it's the same frequency, to emphasize what they feel is important that comes out of there. But there's frequencies for all the different chakras, right? So if you want to meditate for crown, or for third eye, or for throat, or heart, solar plex, sacral, or root, right? You can find all the different frequencies, and you can find the recording of that frequency that you like, that appeals to you from there. Okay, all right, hands up, and down. 3 times. Just smiling from within. The feeling, the thinking of smiling, especially from the heart area, is more important than the physical smile. Right? The physical smile helps you to have that feeling of smiling. But if you have that feeling of smiling and let go of all the muscle tissue, so your face has that no expression, right? Then all that can relax, and that heart energy can start to come out and flow through your whole body. And just a reminder, the Taichi part of one of the lessons I learned, I forget, years ago, when they talked about the Yang style Taichi, 108 movements, takes you like at least 20 minutes to run the whole set. And somebody pointed out, I can't remember if I read it or somebody explained it to me, but it was one of the reasons for doing such a long set is because you want to be sure you're flushing the chi through the whole body, through all the meridians, all the organs, right, all the systems. So during the whole hour, right, it's just continuous flushing and moving the chi through everything. Yeah. So if you only have 1 minute, you only have 1 minute. But when you have time, it doesn't have to be any one particular form. But if you imagine, right, if you're just doing this movement, right, moving the chi and collecting, and just imagine you flushing. You can go and find anatomy charts, the skeleton, medical charts, the muscle tissue, the lymphatic, right, all of that, and you can imagine, you're just flushing that with clean energy, clean water, flow it into the earth, let the earth clean it out. Yeah, and don't forget, I like to use the sun, so connect the sun and send that little ray through the crown down, and feed that little sun in your heart, in your chest, and let that sun radiate throughout your whole heart. Yeah, from there. So those are always constants, no matter what you're doing. All right, right hand, left hand. So we'll close out the first hour, and then we'll come back and we'll see what we do. I don't even know what we're going to do. I always ask everybody, says it's okay, but yeah, if you do have a request, put that out there, and then we can look at that. Okay, so let's go take a break.
Yeah, thank you, Randy.
You're welcome.